Hello. This is a floodgate. This is from yesterday. Not a huge match.
I've got the orb.
Still managing to play Warfare once in a while, and getting into some pretty good games. There's
attack the floodgate node.
the people that play this game. They tend to be pretty good at it if they stick around for a while. So this one here was a little more dramatic than the one before it. We killed the previous. We beat this team pretty badly. The one before this. I kind of felt like posting that one just because I just got a lot of good kills in it. But when it's a little one-sided like that, I don't really like to do that so much. I like to post matches where it looks like the other team's making an effort. And this one, they definitely were trying harder than they were the first time.
Defend the floodgate.
We do end up eventually beating them though. Here I was started off about the same as the first one, but I was a little too slow about getting to the enemy prime, so they managed to take center before I got there. And I really don't like trying to hold this this flood node for the full 60 seconds, so rather than do that, well, now I'm really low on health. I've only got 5 hit points. I don't feel like I'm gonna make it anywhere, so, and I'm not. Yeah, I probably could have just gone for center and done just as well. Anyway, I'm heading back over here, hoping that the orb will be here, and there it is. Situation's not good. On Floodgate, yeah, you might notice I spent a lot of time just going back and getting the orb and going back and getting the orb because that's really what you end up doing. This time we've only got 10 seconds left on that flood, and I feel like there's a really good chance that I can hold it for this. I just have to keep this guy from killing me. See, this is what they'll do: is they'll jump in there with the orb and try to kill you so they can cap it just before they lose their 20 points. But managed to hold on to it long enough for them to lose that 20 points. And he immediately capped the flood with his orb, which was not a good thing for him to do, by the way. I mean, if you think about this stuff, a lot of people make mistakes like this, we just got 20 points on the flood. The guy standing there with the red orb, the flood's just gone off, his team just lost 20 points, there's a node sitting in front of him, he's got an orb, what does he do? He caps. Okay, it's just it's a reflex, but your reflexes are wrong. It's not a good idea to cap right there. What you should do there in that situation is take that orb somewhere else, like say to our prime. If he'd taken that orb and headed to our prime instead of capping the flood, he probably could have capped our prime and set us up to lose a whole bunch of points on our core. There's a nice kill. See, this is it's a reflexive game, but it's not a bad idea to think a little bit, about what you're doing. Ooh, there's, you don't want to just reflexively go, oh, there's a node, I've got an orb, let me cap that node. No. You might want to think, is there another node nearby that it would be a better idea for me to cap? Like, say, the prime? Yeah, think about that for a minute. And I'm not even going to try to recover that orb. Well, I guess I was going to try to recover it. That didn't make it dumb. Anyway, that worked out well enough because I held the prime long enough for us to take center. We've now got control for much of the map. Although I'm in kind of an inconvenient spot here. I just want to build this flood enough so that I can get back to this. Oh yeah, the nuke's out there, isn't it? Yeah, I want to try to get that nuke, but there's a guy in front of me. And that probably means red's probably going to get the nuke. See, we didn't have it all our own way this time. We're 20 points ahead, but we just lost center. There's 35 seconds left on the center, on the flood, which is a little iffy. Yeah, and I lost it right there, so we probably just lost the flood.
I've got the orb. And
our orb is stranded. Okay, somebody picked up the orb. Okay, and what's he gonna do with it? He's gonna try. Yeah, he's gonna hold that flood, and he was the one with sense because he got up on the deck, and there's red spiders running around on the floor, and they got me. So I'm not playing really well right here, but yeah, I'm really not playing well there. Okay, now we've lost control of the map. Looks like we got another 20 points on the flood, but we're losing our prime, so there's a nice shot. And I'm gonna sit here and try to hold this red. So this is another situation. I don't like this, you know. It's not a bad idea to stand over the orb, but you know, look at what's going on. You know, we're losing our prime at the same time. So while I'm standing here motionless, holding this orb, I'm not really accomplishing all that much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kill it. Go back and get our orb. Realizing that Red's orb just became available to them. I should have waited one more second and got another rocket on there, but I did end up killing him anyway. Okay, I just got a cap here. Okay, we're just barely hanging on here. We've just got our prime. Red's got the flood, but there's 55 seconds on it, so we're not doing too badly. I'm loitering here, but somebody needs to get the orb, and it's probably going to end up being me unless somebody else picks it up. Nobody's picking it up. Here comes the red orb. Okay. And I'm totally failing to kill this guy. I managed to bounce him off the, keep him from capping right away, and then somebody else got him. Okay, so that worked out okay. Now I'm going to go back and get the orb. Me or somebody needs to. And okay, and
I've got the orb.
that's Oldie again. Oldie here is probably the reason we won this. He's one of the, oh god, that was painful. Oldie's one of these ridiculously good players. He shows up once in a while and basically makes the whole thing uneven for everybody. But despite that, yeah, you can see here, you know, the match before we pretty much controlled the map the whole time. It was a very short map. Now Red controlled the map for a considerable amount of this. I can't cap yet. Now I can cap. Okay. And I need to stay here and hold the prime for a minute, go back and get the orb again, which is what I do, go back and get the orb over and over again. If no one else is running the orb, you need to go get that orb. You gotta keep the orb moving. If the rest of your team ain't doing it, then it becomes your job. That's all there is to it. And I don't think I'm gonna manage to hold on to this for any length of time. He's gonna get me right there, yep. And I might manage to pick it up again. He's probably just gonna kill me again, I think, more than likely. Yep, there we go. And we lost our prime again. Just not playing so well this time, but I am in first place. We're also outnumbered. That's not gonna matter. We're gonna pull this out yet. We still got a lead, not as much of a lead as we had before. They've been taking a few points off our core. And they're building our prime again. In fact, I think they built it. Just capped it right there. Lived just long enough to take Holting out. Here comes their orb again. He'll probably cap. He's thinking about it. There's still a, nope, there we go. But we took the center down. So once again, pulled it out. Yeah, but we're going to lose the flood while all this went on. There was somebody making a bold attempt to try to take that flood back, but he got stopped at the last minute. So we just lost 20 points there. We're now behind. I'm making a desperate attempt to kill this prime. I really could have gone back for the orb, but in the time I went back for the orb, we probably would have lost center anyway, so it's a wash. Now I am going to go back to the orb. There's really nothing else to do because we're losing our prime again. We really need to keep that orb in motion. Notice, you know, again, I'm cursing once again because nobody's grabbed the orb in all this time. Yeah, I was going to try to make a slick move and get up on that upper deck, but I totally screwed that up. The orb is heading for flood, which probably is just as well since we've been doing a pretty bad job of capping that, so at least we got that out of the way. But we're going to lose our prime in the meantime. I'm just going to go back out. I'm not going to sit here in my vehicle and stare at the orb. I'm going to get out of the vehicle and pick the orb up and run it myself because no one else is going to go get it. And I could be sitting there for 30 seconds waiting for somebody to pick it up so I can tell them it's better for me to grab it and go on foot. I tell people this all the time and they never listen to me. Pick up the orb and run it yourself, I say. Does anyone ever listen to me? No. Yep. I'm just a voice crying in the wilderness here. That's okay. I could be wrong about that anyway, for all I know, but that's the way I like to play it. If I'm in a flyer and I'm flying up to where the orb is. I'm not going to sit there and stare at it. I'm going to get out and run the damn thing myself. And I'm going to fail to kill this guy again. I think we're going to lose another 20 points here. Yeah, that's 2-pack there. Yeah. Not playing as well as I was on the previous map. We're going to lose another 20 points there. Yep, there we go. And we're pretty seriously behind now. I thought I'd wait. I thought I'd let that guy grab the orb, but he don't want it, so I'm going to end up running it again. And there's about nothing for me to do with it except cap our prime. And there's a guy there trying to stop me from that. If he'd waited a couple of seconds, he might have caught me by surprise in the doorway. And as it is, I probably should just gone ahead and cap there, but I thought I was going to say, no, I'll hold it while we build it. No, just cap the damn thing, that's better. Yeah, okay, I'll run it again, sure. No, he wants to tell me, that's a good deal. Let's see if we can get somewhere with this. Okay, here we go. This is what it's all about. Let's see if we can make it to center before we lose our prime. Maybe. Oh god, I'm sure glad there's nobody in a walker over there. If that walker had been across the way, he could have picked me right out of the air. It's so easy to do when they fling you up in the air like that. Now I'm running the orb again with 13 hit points. Let's see if I can capture that. I need to get the flood. Let me pick up a few hit points on the way. 25 seconds on it. It would be a real good idea to cap the flood right now. Hopefully, yeah, okay. I'm just glad they didn't have their orb there holding it, or else we probably would have lost another 20 points there. Might have lost the match because of that. We got center, we got center. We must have center because I'm going around the back end here. Let's see if I can make it.
The enemy prime node.
Probably not. Once in a while you run across the player. Oh, yeah, I can see a guy up front there getting set up for a sniper shot, so I'm going in this way, which is usually not the way I like to go, but if it's not being held, then it's just as well. Nobody around. I could go attack the core, but I'm gonna go back and get the orb again. Why? Because I'm an enabler. Because I wanna keep the momentum going. You know, if no one hits the core, then at least I'll be set up to get the prime back, so that it got at least one more chance to hit the core. If you keep capping the prime enough times, sooner or later somebody's gonna get the bright. I'm gonna go back this way because it worked again so well the first time. But this time there's somebody there holding it. Well, I may be able to cap anyway. Yeah, got it there anyway. Okay, good enough. 46 hit points, and I'm going to go back and get the orb again. Maybe they'll hit the core this time before Red gets their prime back. This time I'm going to hold the flood. I'm low on hit points. Flood's down to 20 seconds. I'm going to grab the health that's in here. Okay, looks like somebody actually hit the core for 3 points, so all well worthwhile. 2 or 3 runs to the prime, and now we lost center again. Well, at least we're going to get our 20 points here. Ow.
Red core is heavily damaged. Red core
and notice I am not capping the flood. Yes, I'm standing next to the flood. Yes, I've got the orb. I'm not capping the flood. I'm taking the orb to center. I'm going to cap that instead. If there's no one here to guard it, which there is not. I gotta wait for that shield. Oh, that's not good. I guess there was somebody to shield it. And if I'd been a little bit more nimble, I could have taken him out. He's gonna get me again, too. Bastard. Okay, this needs to quit. Get. Oh, that's not good. We'll probably lose the center again now. Somebody's got the orb. They carried it out to the center and dropped it right in the middle of the field. Not good. Let me get this thing. Since our orb is dead on the ground, nowhere nearby, there's probably somebody standing guard over it. I'm just going to pause here long enough to take that flood down. The orb is now back in prime, but I'm not going to go back for that. I'm just going to go straight over here and try to shoot down the center before I go back for the orb again. And fortunately, I'm in a good position. That guy's not going to manage to shoot me down before I'm going to completely screw up this suicide. Try to take him down. He's going to race out there, pick up the Viper I just dropped, and suicide into the vehicle again. So we're probably going to lose center again. Let me go back and pick up the orb. Nope, the orb's not there. Okay, now there's nothing for me to do but get into this thing.
5 minutes remain.
Which is okay. I mean, you can do alright in the walker. It's a good idea for somebody to get into the walker if you've got the people available for it. Real nice vehicle. It's good for discouraging snipers. It's good for clearing out this open area in front of your prime. You just have to have a pretty good idea of what's coming in. I'm trying to stop somebody from grabbing that nuke. I'm not going to stop him from grabbing the nuke, but yeah, here comes the nuke around the side there. But somebody's going to take it. But he's running it by remote control, and I think ZP got him, or somebody got the nuke pilot before it got too far. So that worked out well enough. And now the center's under fire, and the flood is under fire. So we're just about ready to take over the map at this point. And I think we got the lead back again. Yeah, we're getting ready to finish up here pretty soon. Yeah, this Viper's taking me out here, but I'm too busy trying to take people out from going to center. So I'm basically sacrificing that walker to try to stop them, and not really getting much of anything done. Okay. And I'll probably, yeah, there's another Viper waiting right for me. That's one reason I hate that position right there. This guy. That's a nice spot for him, isn't it? But I don't really have to kill him, I just have to knock him off there. That works. So we get to hold on to center for a few seconds, and that's how we're gonna finish it up. I'm just gonna, yeah, okay, now their prime is down. They got 59 seconds on that flood. That's okay, but I'm not quite gonna make it. There's an Admiral coming in. Okay, so we're not gonna finish it up just yet. Let me try that again. See if I can avoid those Admiral people this time. But no, I'm gonna run. There's a whole stampede of them here. I'm gonna go forward and have to jump out because there's an Admiral there, and now there's like 2 or 3 of them here. Yeah.
Grab the Redeemer.
That's okay, it's too late for them anyway. I'm gonna get into one more of these, and now there's a nuke out there for me. Let's see if I can pick it up. Yep, there it is. And all those folks on foot, they're not going to be fast enough to the center. I have to jump in this way instead of getting on top because there's a guy coming after me, because he knows what I'm getting ready to do, which is just take out their prime right there, and that's pretty much going to be it. All we got to do is build this thing up. They got 55 seconds on that flood, and we'll probably manage to cap that too. Yep, there it is. We got control of the whole map now. All we got to do is take 17 points off their prime. Off their core, excuse me. And yeah, I'm just going to be here and do covering fire, but they're going to get their walker out. Which is a good thing to do, you know, if you just lost your prime. Get the walker out and help cover, because he can take out a lot of stuff. Oh, there's that orb. I'm going to take him out with a flash, but he's already got somebody covering him, so he wasn't going to make it anyway. Let me go out here and let this walker kill me again. Nope, that's it. Alright, well, real nice game. Have a good day.
Red core flooding.